How you all doing? And welcome on in. I am the Gingerbeerdman here with your Dead by the Daylight update. I gotta talk about patch notes, what dropped, Chaos Shuffle, everything. The Witcher is here. Yes, the Witcher is in the pile. Make sure you collect everything that is in your login rewards. You can see you will get all kinds of good stuff. What is that? The Trapper. Alrighty. News, as you know, the Witcher bundle is out, and the Masquerade. They have 2 times the Blood Hunt that is rolling. This is June 3rd to June 10th. This is running right now. As you can see, the double blood points is here. It is rolling. Rift 5 has opened up as well. So, yeah, you have a lot to do. Also, the Witcher stuff. You have 3 different things that you can unlock in here. Yes, you have to do the quests to unlock the Geralt figurine, the Bad Time banner, and the Silver Wolf emblem. So you have to do the Chaos Shuffle, and it's from June 3rd to June 17th. We're going to go in the store real quick. Don't forget your free gift. Get that. And now, the Witcher. Viditario has Geralt. I mean, it's basic Witcher, but it is the Witcher nonetheless. Let's go to Leshen from the artist. Interesting. Definitely different. Siri for Sable. Every time I say that, my phone literally turns on. Anyway. Looks pretty good. I like these. I like the other costumes here. Triss for Michaela. They're actually really good. They're done really good. I definitely think they're worth the money. They're actually done really, really well. Here, Yennefer. This is the best. I think, geez. Not that I'm a Kate main or anything, but, like, I like that one. I really do. I'm actually thinking about getting it myself, just so I have it. Because, I'm going to let you guys know on a little secret here. These kind of things, they disappear. They are not going to stay in the store forever. They do disappear over time. So if anybody tells you otherwise, that's a complete lie. That's why you don't see Attack on Titan no more or anything else like that. Like, stuff just disappears over time, and you can't get the clothes again. So you might want to get them while they're here as fast as you can if you really want them. Edrin's N. Yeah, if you're a night person, this is definitely a must-have here. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Definitely if you use the night. That is a for sure to have. For sure. So, go into the quests here. The Chaos Shuffle. Right here. Complete the 10 trials. Hook 35. Safely unhook 15. Repair 5 generators. And sacrifice 5 survivors. I'm 50-50 on this. I've seen a couple people complaining about it. And I understand, you know, people just play one side or the other. But they're making you play both sides. It is what it is. I mean, it's part of the game. But I can understand why people are like, well, I don't want to do anything killer-wise. I'm a survivor main. And like, I understand that, but if you want the items, well, guess what? You're going to have to play both sides. You really are. Like I said, the Rift Pass 2 has opened. These ones kill 10 survivors. Repair a total of 10 generators. Hit 15 survivors within 10 seconds of revealing their Aurora or escape one trial with a rare item. Or better, interrupt or grab survivors. This one is going to be pretty hard. Deplete a toolbox. That's easy. These 2 right here, I foresee being hard. I do see that being hard. Interrupt and grab 1 survivor. So you literally have to sneak up on someone and grab them off a gen or out of a locker, maybe. I don't know how that's gonna work. Sometimes the game bugs out and just lets you have it for different reasons. So You might get away with getting someone out of a locker or something, or going across the pallet also too. You might get it for that as well. So, all depends on how the game wants to break today. And then you get your 3 regulars, and that's it. That's all the quests. That's everything. But I am gonna say the Chaos Shuffle, it unlocks every so many days. See, 4 days, 9 days. It's just like the 2v8 we just had with Ghostface. You'll be unlocking the stuff as it progresses. So don't be surprised if, you know, if you do all 4 and you don't get the Silver Wolf at all. That's not going to surprise me. You might not get them all until the end of the event, for all I know. That's Dead by Daylight. There's nothing you can really do about that. We're going to go in real quick, though, and look at the shrine. And then we're going to talk about the patch notes. Oh, the old patch notes. Some people have already seen a lot of the patch notes, but I'm going to go over them real quick. And I'll show you what's coming up in the 9.0.0 with Mr. Fazbear. So we got Eruption from the Nemesis and No Quarter from the Houndmaster. Eruption. After kicking the generators, Aurora is highlighted in yellow whenever a survivor enters the dying state. Every affected generator explodes, losing 10% worth of progress and starts to regress. Any survivor repairing a generator when it explodes will scream and revere their Aurora for 12 seconds. Eruption is a cooldown of 30 seconds, and No Quarter. When a survivor reaches 75% of healing progress while self-healing, they are faced with the continuous skill checks. If one of these skill checks is missed or the heal is interrupted, the survivor suffers from the broken status effect for 30 seconds. I personally think out of these two, probably Eruption is probably the best one to go with. That's for sure. Mirrored Illusion and Shoulder of the Burden. Mirror Illusion. This perk activates after completing a total of 20% worth of repair on generators. Press the ability button next to the generator, totem, or chest, or exit gate to spawn a static illusion that lasts for 60 seconds. Then the perk deactivates. Shoulder of the Burden. As long as you are not on a death hook, press the ability button in front of a hook survivor to unhook them. When they are unhooked, you lose 1 hook state, and you gain 1 hook state. You also scream and exposed, or gain exposed status effect for 40 seconds. These are both good in their own builds. If I was, let's put it this way: if you're a seasoned veteran, you're buying this one. If you're new to the game, you're buying this one. Though it doesn't matter in a way, because you could have both at the same time equipped. This one, for an example, say I got a killer that loves the tunnel, we'll say, and I'm working on a generator. You can literally make a fake image of yourself working on that generator and go in another generator and start working on it while your mirrored image is back there for 60 seconds. So he runs back, think you're near there, but you're obviously in another area doing that. Or if you're doing the gates at the end and you know he's going to come straight for you, so you start opening the gate, you get 1 red glyph off for opening up the door, and you leave yourself there. You mirror your image there, and you run to the other door and start opening it. So he goes there thinking you're there, but you're not really there. You're at the other door opening it. That is this. That's what you can do. This one, if you're a great looper, if you're good at looping the killer really well, you're going to get this. You can literally take a hook state from someone else that isn't that great at looping, and you can keep looping the killer to keep your friends alive while they work on the generators while you're looping. So, there's examples. Those are pretty well examples of both of these perks and how they work. So, that is it. Let's talk about the patch notes now. Let's get to the old patch with the notes. Alrighty. Content. The animatronic. Fazbear's Fright. Killer power. The animatronic lived to kill even when his mechanical costume became his tomb. Yes, there is a body inside that costume that yells at you, that looks charred and whatnot, but he's in there. Special ability, the Fire Axe. The animatronic is armed with a fire axe that he can throw at survivors. If the axe hits a survivor, the weapon becomes embodied in them, leaving the survivor vulnerable. Survivors must remove the axe before they can be healed. And you can remove it yourself, or somebody can remove it, either or. I have seen animation issues with this so far. I don't know if they've fixed it since, working on the PTB. We're going to find out when on release day. But it literally looks like you got punched in the face 500 times and your face looks dumb when you try to pull it out and everything. We'll see if they fix that. Map features security system. At the start of the trial, 7 security doors respawn randomly throughout the map. These doors can be accessed by both survivors and the animatronic. Each security door has a camera attached to it. Interacting with the door gives the survivor access to the camera view, allowing the survivor to cycle through every camera in the map, travel to the door they are currently looking through, and potentially reveal the animatronic's aurora to the team. Using the cameras and doors too often will deplete the limited battery power available, forcing survivors to wait until the system reboots. The animatronic may travel between security doors with or without the battery power. If the animatronic enters a security door, he may choose to exit from any door in the map. Moving to a door already used by a survivor will cause the animatronic to grab the survivor and give a yell to their face and a little bit of a jump scare. New killer perks. Help wanted. When you damage a generator, it becomes compromised. When the compromised generator is completed, your successful basic attacks are 25% faster, or 40, 50, or 60 seconds. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm like 50-50 on it. It could be good for M1 killers, the sluggers. It could be good for them. We'll have to see. Phantom Fear, when a survivor within your terror radius looks at you, they scream and see their hook out. Another one. How many screaming perks, man? We already have Steve running around yelling 24/7. Now he's going to yell twice as much. You see their aurora in 2 seconds. This perk is an 80, 70, and 60. Cooldown, haywire, exit gate switched with at least 50% procs. Regress to 40, 45, 50 of gate opening. This is literally was made. I don't care what anybody says, but this one was literally made because people would 99 the doors. That is exactly why that perk was made. People would 99 the doors and leave. Now you can't do that. You can't 99 the doors and go help your friend off the hook. That ain't happening because now it regresses. So it's opened up the door time. So I hope you're well aware of that. When this perk comes out, that's what's going to happen. Exit gate switches with at least 50% progress regress at a rate of 40, 45 to 50% of a gate opening speed. Yes, that's what's going to. While they are regressing, survivors see the exit gates lights flickering randomly. And then the new map, of course, the Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria. Now the quality of life improvements. Here we go. Survivors are considered AFK when not interacting with at least 10 seconds. Within the last 10 seconds, I should say. While AFK survivors occur AFK points during which the crows gradually begin spawning above the survivor, beginning with 1 and capping at 3. I don't know about all this. I'm a little bit iffy on a lot of this. I want to see how it plays out. AFK points increase more slowly while moving or while in proximity to the killer. After 90 seconds, the survivor reaches 3 crows, loud noises. Same as it always been. But it seems to be faster to me. And if you do something, then the crows go away. Say, you got crows and you go work on a generator. About 10% of that generator is done, the crows will disappear. So I don't know if it's timed for everything, but I did notice that on generators. Bloodweb spending improvements. Obviously now you can just click on a button. Say I want to go to 50, hit the button. Boom, you're at level 50. And you can see everything that you got. Downside, you don't get to pick. It's all random. So, it could skip all your party streamers and, all the good stuff that you really need for your killer or your survivor. So, that sucks. I personally believe that you should be able to pick, certain items that you really want it to go to. Like, just highlight it. Like, pin it, you know what I mean? So it can pull out those if they see them on the blood web as it levels up. Probably asking for too much, I know. But I personally would go that route. I'm going to probably use the old system still because I like to be able to know what I'm getting. And I like to pick what I want if I see it. I don't want it skipping over stuff. To each their own. You want to push a button and hope you get your party streamers and all that, have at it. But I probably won't be doing that too much. Disconnection penalties are now based on your last 20 matches played. Each disconnect in this set of 20 matches counts as disconnection penalty point. Disconnection penalty points decrease as you play matches without disconnecting, obviously. Gamma settings so you can turn it up, make it more brighter. Go next, prevention. Added a system to detect survivors who are intentionally dying early in the match. When survivors are determined to be doing this, they receive a disconnection penalty and lose a grade. The attempted unhookability is not only available when 2 survivors remain in the trial, luck offerings burnt, or the survivor has equipped a slippery meter and he up perk. So that's the only time you can move your arms now. When 2 or more survivors remain, you may stroke while on a hook. Obviously, we know the rest of this. Okay. Mori update. Near the end of the trial, the killer can now activate a Mori when the last 2 survivors are alive. 1 survivor must be alive, healthy, injured, or dying. 1 survivor or more must be hooked or on the struggle phase. So, now you can kill the last 2 if one's on a hook at least. Okay. Offerings updates, all realm and map. Why don't you just get rid of the Mori burns then at this point? Like, you always can kill somebody. Why have the Mori then? Anyway, why have the Mori offerings if you can kill anyway? Like, it's... Oh, well. Anyway. All realm map offerings now grant a flat 20% chance to be sent to the associated realm. So, what if all 4 bring in maps? That's 2020. Anyway. Spawn rules. Survivors now are always within 12 meters of each other by default when possible. Now, I've already said about this. If you are all together, leave. Get out of there. Because I'm telling you right now, now the killers know this. They're going to use Lethal Pursuer, and they're going to see you all together, and they're going to bolt for you. Me, personally, I used, anybody that's been around the channel long enough, I used the Hillbilly. If you're all together, and I'm running at you all, it's going to be a fast match. So that goes for a lot of different killers as well. Definitely the Legion. If you're all together, now you're going to have a long day in the office. It's not that great. So I always say, get away from each other. Spectator mode, they fixed it so you have increased spectator slots in custom games. You could pretty much, watch people running around the map and all that if you do events. Voice language setting, they worked on that. Killer updates. The artists' add-ons, some of them were brought down, I believe. Yes, a lot of them were taken down. A lot of these are just literally add-ons itself, though I'm going to talk about this more than add-ons. All the Lynch's spells are now available at the start of the trial. It was a 15-minute 15-second cooldown. There's no more. Decrease Dispelling Sphere cooldown to 30 seconds. It was 35. Decrease Fly cooldown to 20. It was 25. Decreased Mage Hand cooldown to 35 seconds. It was 40. Decreased Flight of the Dam cooldown to 30 seconds. It was 35. Remove the interaction time locking the killer's camera when activating Dispelling Sphere. It was 2 seconds. Updated Dispelling Sphere's projectile to move quickly when first cast and slows down over 3 seconds. In order to spend less time revealing the area immediately in front of the killer, increase the killer instinct duration when survivors exit the spelling sphere 5 seconds, it was 3. Increase the end interaction time to fly 2.75 was 2.5. Increase the duration of fly to 5 seconds, it was 4. Fix a bug that prevented the Lich from reaching the intended movement speed of 8.0 ms when flying. Fix a bug made survivors' pallet interaction delay inconsistent for both killers and survivors as they're lifting the pallet with Mage Hand. Increase the duration of the survivor pallet interaction delay after lifting a pallet Mage Hand to 0.55 was 15. Pretty much what this is saying is it's a buff. The Lich is a buff. It is all a buff. This has been completely buffed. So you will probably see a lot more of this killer now. He's definitely been buffed. This is interesting here. Victor is now able to trigger chases with survivors. That used to not be a thing. But now you obviously are getting points now with the twins. Not only with the big woman, they're a normal woman. You get chase points now with Victor as well. So that's a plus there. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, oh boy. The perks. Follow the brine. Increase duration to 70 seconds. It was 60. Increase the bonus generator regression to 130, 140 to 150. That is a buff. And when I mean a buff, that's a buff. That's going to get used a lot now. Thrilling Tremors reduced the cooldown to 40, 35 to 30 seconds. It was 180 to 60 seconds. Thrilling Tremors. That is a buff. That is huge. That's crazy. Superior Anatomy increased the area of detection to 20 meters. It was 8. Decreased the cooldown 25 seconds. It was 30. Another buff. All these, it's crazy. Dark Devotion increased duration of terror radius, transferred to Obsession to 35, 40, 45 seconds. It was 20, 25, and 30. Increased the size of transfer terror radius to 40 meters. It was 32. That's a buff as well. Hex Retribution increased oblivious duration caused by survivors interacting with dollar hex totems of 40, 50, and 60. It was 35, 40, 45. Increased survivor aurora reveal triggered by hex totem. 20 seconds. It was fixed 15. That's a buff. Machine Learning decreased haste value to 8. It was 10. Increased duration to 40, 50, 60. It was 30, 35, 40. That's a buff. Remember Me updated the description. Terminus increased the broken duration once the exit gates are open to 35, 40, 45. It was 20, 25, 30. Another buff. Whack increased the reveal area to 36 meters. It was 24. Increased survivor aurora 456 was 345. That's a buff. They're all buffs. All these killer perks are buffs. All of them. Nobody's talking about them, though. We're only talking about Five Nights at Freddy's. We don't care about the perks until it's in the game, and then, then we'll talk about it. But nobody is really talking about these perks. All I see is Five Nights at Freddy everything. I don't see all the changes with the perks coming. I don't see anybody talking about that too much. It's all about just Five Nights at Freddy, which is just crazy. Botany Knowledge. Now we're going to survivors. Healing item efficiency reduction removed. It was 20%. Champion of Light decreased the cooldown to 60, 50, and 40. It was 80, 70, and 60. That's a buff for Champion of Light. This one, I'm not... it's like in between. It doesn't really matter to me, Botany Knowledge. It's a little in between. Champion of Light is a buff. Light-footed decreased the cooldown to 14, 12, and 10. It was 28, 24, and 20. That's a buff. Desperate Measures increased the scale bonus speed to healing and unhooking actions. Unhooking actions. To 16, 18, 20 was 10, 12. That's not good. That's a debuff there. That's a nerf. Exhaustion increased the item recharge amount for stunning a killer. 75%, it was 25. Increased cooldown to 30, 25. That one's alright. Not bad. Not bad. It's not really a buff or nerf. It's kind of in between to me. It's not bad. Counterforce, increase the bonus totem cleansing speed to 25% was 20. Increase the furthest totem reveal duration to 10, 12, 14 was 2, 4. Increase the stackable totem and cleansing bonus speed, 25 was 20. That's a buff. Apathetic connection. Injured survivors can now see the aurora. Survivors with the perk anywhere on the map. It was 32, 64, and 96 meters. That's a buff. So there's only like 2 that are like, okay. But the rest of these are buffs. The same with these up here. They're all buffs. But nobody's talking about them. Like, that's just crazy to me that everyone's talking about just the map, the killer, and all that. And oh my god, it's so cool. But they're not talking about the perks. Like, I don't see anybody talking about all these perks, all these perk changes, man. They are crazy updates. Like, you'll see. You'll see when they're on the map. Then everyone's going to have a problem. They're all going to be saying, well, this should be changed. Well, we were more worried about just talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, and we weren't worried about the mechanics. You know? That's pretty much where we're going to be at whenever the update drops. I got a funny feeling that a lot of people are not going to like some of these perks that are going to be running on these killers, and it's going to be a headache. It's going to be, I'm not going to lie. I foresee they're going to have to change some more on the next update, because not many people, I don't see anybody really talking about them. I really don't. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it's not a thing right now. But that's all I got for you guys. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. I'm live usually on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern until about 11 a.m. Eastern. Doing some killer. We got done with the hillbilly at 100, and now we are working, as you can see, on the trapper. We're going to try to get him to 100 as well. So, you all have a good rest of your day, and I am out of here.